Normality is a paved road. It's comfortable to walk, but no flowers grow. That's Vincent Van Gogh.
That's Van Gogh. I think it's all about taking chances. About maybe veering off, trying new things, being open. Take the scenic route that you've never taken. Go down to the interesting trail. You know what I mean? You might find like a field.
Yeah.
Full of flowers or something.
Yeah.
There's opportunity almost everywhere.
Normal is comfortable.
Yeah.
The path traveled most, that's comfortable. Sure, you'll walk it, no problem.
Yeah.
Easy.
Mm-hmm.
But no flowers are growing there. You
Yeah.
take that path off to the side here, may not be paved yet.
Yeah.
You might get some spurs in your feet and like trip over some holes and hurt your knees or whatever. But like, you're gonna see some beautiful shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the path less traveled.
Welcome back. Welcome home. Dude, it's the You Are Here podcast, episode 231.
It sounds so sweet.
It sounds really good. And it feels homey, man. It feels really good to have you back, Dave.
Dude, it's so good to see you.
It feels
and be
nice. It's awesome. And I know you enjoyed Italy.
Yeah, man.
I know you did, dude.
I did.
I know you were staring out the windows
Thank you for holding it down, dude.
at orchards and just cottages, and you just looked it all down.
I was, but I took time to watch the episode.
I appreciate that.
And it was nice to hear
you.
your voice, and you did really good.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Not that you
I
need
appreciate
to hear
it.
that, but
I appreciate that.
yeah.
I really did. It was another one that just felt effortless.
Yeah, man.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now I want my own personal Dave episode. You know what I mean? Like I'm waiting till you're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, I know.
It's sad.
I'll record one for you.
Nah, we'll see.
Just for you, like no one else.
That'd be cool.
The only Mike episode.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, dude. Let's talk about our partner first.
AnytimeActorsLab.com. Yeah, bro.
I mean, if you're looking to act, if you're trying to learn something, even just go on their TikTok, you're going to learn so much. I honestly personally go through and just watch back because it's insane how much you can learn.
He's giving it away.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's I'm still learning stuff every time I look at his post.
Yeah.
But they also do classes in person in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area, which are probably full. So you should probably go take a look.
And
they're
they started
filling
a
up.
podcast too.
Yes.
On YouTube, you can watch it, and I think Spotify.
Yes. Is it called In the Moment? Or is it just Anytime Actors Lab podcast?
Search Anytime Actors. Go to the Anytime Actors page.
Yeah. Just go on the page, check it out.
Yeah.
They do a free online consultation, and they're just the best teaching out right now. They actually care about you, and it's people that have acted, and know what they're doing. AnytimeActorsLab.com. Shout out to the patrons, patreon.com/YouAreHerePodcast. If you want to throw us a bone, support us. You don't have to, it's fine. But throw us a bone. It's the best way. Patreon.com/YouAreHerePodcast. And we're also Twitching. But honestly, I have to talk to you about Twitching because Twitch has become controversial.
What's going on?
It's not good. We can talk about it later today.
Okay.
But welcome back, bro. We'll be jumping around because you came back, and I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Me neither, bro. Me neither.
What did you? Is there something? Yeah, like what? Because there's something that happens when you go.
Dude, a lot happened.
Yeah. There's something that happens when you go overseas to just.
Things I realized on vacation.
Oh my goodness.
They're just little points. I was like trying to keep a log.
Whoa.
Things that came up.
Well, let's go through it, dude. This is your episode.
No, it's our episode.
No, this is your episode.
No, don't do that.
I want to read
We're
through
both
it.
here.
I want to go through all of those.
Don't do anything so things I learned on vacation, things I learned.
You're just writing these down.
No, just write them down as I went. Don't do anything for an expectation to gain anything. So anytime you do something, I realize like I shouldn't be doing anything for the expectation of something to come back to me.
Yeah.
I should just do a thing for the sake of doing a thing. You ever do that? You ever do something in the hopes that like something comes back?
Yeah. And you always get it blows up in your face.
Yeah. Or you don't meet the expectation. You beat yourself or whatever. That was one thing. Some people, this is another one. Some people are only meant to meet once. It doesn't mean that those meetings aren't important.
Ooh.
I remember I rolled up to a cafe a couple days. We found this. It was called Too Cool Cafe, right? And I'm driving my little compact car over there in the morning, and you, bro, in Italy you have like a little espresso, and you have like a nice fucking croissant or something like.
It's not this big.
It's a little fucking latte
dude,
like that big, cappuccino this big, right?
Fuck.
That's what I get, my little cappuccino.
What about, is there like a Dunkin' Donuts? Like,
No. I'm in the country, no. You're having what the locals have, which is great. But and it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. And I remember it's happened a few times, but there was a woman working in the cafe, and she didn't speak no English, right? And she's all tatted up, and she's like a G, and I'm like, oh, this lady's gonna be just a jerk. Like, she's not gonna want to be nice. And me and Lena walk up, and Lena could communicate. Like, Lena could talk Italian and understand. I understand a little, and I can talk a little, but I have trouble. So Lena's like, oh, can you handle this? I'm in there. And it happened 2 days in a row where this girl was so sweet. She was like playing with a little kid behind the counter, like this guy's kid. He just let his little daughter behind the counter. She's playing with her and then like sent her back out. Everyone was so fucking nice. And she's like, oh, what would you like in Italian? And I was like, oh, questa, over here, like I'll have this and this, due these and whatever. She was so sweet. And I remember piecing together like, thank you very much for everything as I was leaving. We were leaving for the trip. I'm not coming back to this town, not coming back to Too Cool Cafe. And then I thought, I'll never see you again. I just had that thought like, never going to see you again in this life, period. And I was like, oh, that's kind of sad. Real sweet girl. And like, language, even though there was a barrier, it's like it almost made us dig a little deeper to get to like more eye contact and understanding and connection. Yeah. In small things and like exchanges of coffee and money. And just because I met her once or twice and Lena, like we got along with her once or twice, like, and we had this cool little interaction, like those meetings weren't nothing. It was still an important connection to make, even though I'm never going back there, even though, we'll never see each other again. Like, it didn't mean like I had to treat her less kind or she treat me less compassionately. Yeah. Like, she taught me some Italian. Like, it was just a beautiful moment. Yeah. And it kind of reminded me, like, don't just treat people that you may only see once like they're not important. Yeah. Even if it's just one time, like this is soak up this connection. Enjoy these moments with each other. Maybe more so because you're not going to see each other ever.
Definitely. Like every moment. Because if you think about like the like not thinking like that, you're going to be like, oh, like meeting like, I don't know, meeting Dwayne The Rock Johnson's going to be like changing my life and do all this stuff to me. But it's like, it's not. It's not going to do really that much more than you meeting that person and having a great just like interaction. Right. Right. So it just makes sense to, like realizing that is important. Yeah, you can really just keep living for like expectations. That's right. And that's just like, I think a path of, I don't know, disappointment or just like always like not being satisfied by anything. Right. I think what helped me was like not being able to communicate and then literally going to a small town in a country in Tuscany, like getting dropped in it and then realizing like these people are all really important to each other. And like, this is a beautiful place. And like, it's not just a person serving coffee. Like, this is a whole human being here. It just deepened my empathy for moments shared with like these important fixtures in this small town that runs perfectly fine without me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it was just so cool to be a part of it for a small amount of time. Like, I don't know. It was just something that I had to like jot down. Like, don't forget these small, they're not small. Like, interactions with people are huge and like, enjoy them. Yeah. Soak them up and like treat these people well and see who they are and like absorb that energy with them. You know what I mean? I don't know. It was something I had to, it reminded me of. I love it. I want to ask. Yeah. You probably felt that there, like that feeling of being like the outsider. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Or like when I went to Japan, like being the minority or like you know what I mean? It feels, it's strange. It's strange. It's uncomfortable. How did you feel like? Uncomfortable. Yeah. Like at first, very uncomfortable. Yeah. And then I just the language thing was a big thing. I wrote that down. Like, I would love to. I never really invested in like, I'm going somewhere. Like, fuck it. I'm the tourist. Like, I don't need to learn the language. I don't need to. I'm gonna learn as I go, and it's gonna be fine. And I think I would like to next time. You know what messed me up about that? It's like not doing that. Yeah. Think about how much you get from like speaking English to someone that knows English, like fully, where you can communicate exactly what you think or deeper, like 10 layer deep thoughts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we talk on the podcast. Yeah. Like you can't do that.
You get stuck. You hit a wall.
You hit maybe like the most surface wall.
Yes.
You can't go deeper at all.
Yes.
So you can't have a deeper connection with people there.
There's trips.
You really
keep
can't.
tripping with each other.
Because you really have to be able to speak with someone to achieve that level.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, that really is like, it's tough. It makes me want to learn more languages.
100%. I think that's what it made me think, like, prepare a bit more wherever you go. Like, prepare a bit more to communicate.
And how much does it, like, there's probably so many people that, like, the little you did know, they're like, oh my God.
They appreciate it.
Like,
yeah.
you know, my
they
God.
do. 100%.
It's nuts.
100%. And like, me and Lena would be like, and I think Lena struggled with this a little more. She was like self-conscious.
Yeah.
She would go into a place and kind of be like afraid to start talking Italian, so she wouldn't.
Yeah.
And then she'd forget and she'd start talking Italian and it would be really good and she'd be communicating. And they'd be like, you're fucking great. Like, why are you shy? Like, don't be shy. Like, you're speaking well.
Yeah.
So that insecurity, I think, is something she struggled with a lot. But I felt it too a bit, like a little insecurity about it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like an idiot or like the dumb American. I want to be able to communicate with you in your language too. So that was something, that was definitely a part of it. Don't push for it. It will come when it's ready. Dude, I was, in the middle of the trip, dude, it's beautiful. I'm telling you, like, it's better than my idea in my mind. It was greater than my expectation. I'm out in the country. I'm driving a little car, and you literally look around, and it looks like movie set. Like rolling hills. There's a golden hue on everything. Farms, like old castellos, like vineyards. It's gorgeous. And you pull up to our little casina, and it's rolling hills of olive trees, and we just have these chairs outside and a little beautiful like cottage. It was just insane. I couldn't believe it was our life. And in the middle of it, I looked at her and I said, you know what would have been cool? Like, absorbing all this great stuff. My dumb ass is like, you know what would have been cool? You know what would make this trip like perfect? If we had a pet. This is just an example. If we had like an Airbnb pet, you know? Like,
teddy.
Yeah, like a little something. I don't know why. In my mind, I just thought of it. And then I threw it away and we just kept going. The last night, I swear, a cat walks up to the back door. There's a cat. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I walk out there. It's a skinny little cat. I got a bunch of pictures of him. And he just starts meowing at me. I walk out there and he's like, wow, wow. And I'm like, what's up, dude? I start feeding him like some leftover chicken I had from the fridge. The homie just like starts chilling with us like the whole day, like the rest of the afternoon and the night. He's chilling with us. And then another cat, I guess that was in the bush watching. That's his, like, maybe they're linked up. Comes out. So we're just feeding these cats. And I'm like, it just made me think like the thing I would like push for and want and like desire, like small, it's stupid. But when I let it go, it came to me in a beautiful way. I met these two little cats. I named them Pecorino and Romano, two cheeses. And we were just feeding these cats, like chilling with these cats. They slept on the porch that night. They were on chairs, like all cushioned up and shit. But it was really cool, man, to like, I don't know, make friends with this little kid. Yeah. You see him? Pecorino.
Yeah, came around.
Bro, I fed him. He was screaming at me. He was like, look at this. He's feeding him fucking chicken. This little thing, a little farm cat, dude.
That's awesome.
Dude, he was fucking awesome. And the other cat was living in this bush. I didn't even know it yet. He's screaming and shit. I was saying, nice to meet you.
That's so sick.
But that was one thing that made me think of like, sometimes I think too hard about things. I'm pushing for something. And it's like you're burning yourself out with the thought of like wanting a thing instead of just letting go and saying like, it'd be nice. And then like, I don't know, look what the world brought me. Look what life brought me that day. The last day vacation, like beautiful two little kitty cats that I'm chilling with. And I'm like, these are the Airbnb pets I would have liked.
Maybe that wouldn't have happened if you didn't think it. You know?
Maybe I manifested it or something. Maybe I threw it out there and it came back.
It could be.
That's a good point.
I feel like there's proven stuff about that. If you like think about stuff, I think eventually kind of comes true a little bit.
Jim Carrey, ever hear that Jim Carrey story?
Yeah.
You heard that?
I think
where
so.
He would like, before it was famous, he would like go to Mulholland Drive or something. He would like just think about like when
they wrote the check and everything.
Wrote the check. Well, I forget, it was $5 million or something. And then like a few years later, he like had that check. Yeah, that was a big one.
I don't think a check can go through with that much money.
I don't think so. How do you deposit that?
Yeah, you can't. Damn. It was all a lie.
This was the same thing. Goodbyes are sometimes forever, and that's okay, right? Like a goodbye to somebody. Like, I don't know. I hate goodbyes, but I'm starting to realize like it's okay to embrace a goodbye forever.
Yeah.
It's actually a beautiful thing. Like, this may be the last goodbye, and if that's okay, like if that's it, that's okay.
Yeah.
Nothing
Dude, you know what? That kind of happened to me recently. When you were gone, I had to work extra. Or not extra. I just worked like one day extra, I guess. But I had to work with like another person that I usually didn't work with.
Yeah.
Right? And like, sometimes you just realize like, and like I'm leaving, at the end of the month, right? Yeah. So like I've only seen this person twice, you know what I mean?
Ever.
And talked to them for extended periods of time.
Yeah.
And like, we were talking like we knew each other forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm never going to really see them again.
Yeah.
But like, we had good conversations.
Right.
And like, it kind of got deep because like a little bit like family stuff got brought up and it was like a little bit the same. And I was like, dude, like, I don't know. There's something about that. You know, it's like it's like you don't have to, make a connection, but that could still be very impactful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be this like label of like, it's a friend or, you know what I mean? Something like that. It could just be, for 2 days you worked with someone and you talked about all this stuff and it was great.
And that's okay.
And that's great.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I get worried
like it made me be like, oh, I want to talk to everyone.
Yeah. I get worried about finality and like, oh no, when's this shit what's the next time? Or, fuck, I didn't do this enough. Yeah. Hopefully I get another one. Maybe that's all it's supposed to be. Like, and that's cool. Like, that's really cool. Embrace what it is, whatever it is, accept it as that.
Yeah.
And like, bye.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Enjoy life. Like, really, it's all good. And I mean that. That felt really good.
Yeah.
I'm just rattling these off. I hope that's okay.
I love it. Do it.
It takes courage to find what's made for you, to be better, and to live fuller. It takes courage. I was fucking afraid of driving in Italy. I was afraid of picking up a rental car. I didn't know how to do it in Italy. I never been to Florence and like been like, oh, let me fucking grab a rental car and figure out how to drive in the city and like get my ass out to a country where hopefully my phone works and I know where I'm going and like nobody speaks English and like. And I remember like if I didn't have my wife, I told her this, I wouldn't have done the trip. I would not have done that trip.
Wow.
I wouldn't have rented the car. I wouldn't have drove out there. I would not have experienced how beautiful life is.
Yeah.
For that week, dude. I wouldn't have done it. I would have never experienced that in my whole life.
Yeah.
I would have sat it out, most likely, because I'm afraid. And she's just opened me up in so many ways of like being uncomfortable, being scared, and like still doing the thing. Like, and it just makes me feel more, I'm living fuller. I'm experiencing more in life because I'm doing more uncomfortable shit. And I'm less afraid. Or I'm less afraid of the things I used to be afraid of. And you got to be courageous, I think, to like find where you could live like your fullest life.
Yeah.
You got to be brave. Yeah. You got to be courageous.
It's like the comfort thing, the first quote you gave,
Yeah.
It's very similar to that.
Yeah.
I don't know why while you were gone I was watching the opposite of that. Like I kept I was watching this dude named Kurt Kaz. And it's like this like shout out. It's just this like handsome dude that literally just goes to like these countries that they all say like, it's dangerous, you're gonna get killed or all this stuff. And he always goes like by himself, meets some awesome people. Yeah. Goes to like the ghettos, like goes to like the like little bars and stuff and like the ghettos over there and like has
living his life.
Yeah. And is like enjoying it all.
That's right.
And not dying.
That's
and
right.
All this stuff.
That's
like,
right.
There's so much out there, but you just have to have the courage to be able to go to some guy and like they just speak a different language and you can be like, oh, like you try to figure something out.
That's right. That's right. Dude, it just
because there's an opportunity for something.
It made me think like that's how I want to live my life. And like do the thing that's scary, even if you're fucking terrified, because I don't know, you'll have the story. Something's crazy is gonna happen. You're gonna have the story, and like your life's gonna be a little bit brighter. Like it's more dangerous. Maybe you're like a little out of your comfort zone or whatever. But like, I don't know if you like, you're gonna survive. Like more than likely, you're gonna survive.
Dude, a cool thing that guy does too is like he goes to places like he researches specifically like maybe like tribes or something that were like very small and like only in this like little spot, and like he learns about them. He learns like their language or something. And like those people, like it makes their lives.
Yeah.
Because they're like these forgotten people.
Right. And
it's like, oh, a random guy came to like find you guys and I just want to see like It's not like they're living in like these grand places.
No,
It's like it's like, you know, their houses are like destroyed by like storms and all this stuff. It's like not a great living, you know, but there's a culture there. You know what I mean? Like there's so much to learn. There's so much like, I don't know, to figure out. And I think even those like little like civilizations or details and like, I don't know, there's something very, like I want to learn about a lot. Yeah. You know, like I never want to stop learning about things like that.
Me too.
You know, I want to keep going all the time.
Me too.
You know?
I think you just learn who you are more by watching.
Once you like start traveling, dude, like people. That's why I think it would change you a lot.
Oh, dude,
when you went.
I feel it.
Yeah.
And it just makes me I have more of an appetite to like travel and meet more people and like experience different culture.
That feeling of like going, like that's why I go back to Japan so much. Is like when I go back, when I lived there for a little bit, and I can go back to that same place. Yeah. I don't have to open my map. Yeah. I don't have to, like, I know where I'm going.
Right.
And it's across the world. Right. And it's like, it's so weird. Sometimes it's the same people are still there, same stores. Nothing really changed. I don't know. There's something really interesting about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
like I want to keep living and making money to do that.
To go there.
To be able to go places like that.
Yeah, me too.
And find more places around the world
like
that.
Me too. 100%.
It's like another home almost.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it feels that way.
It's comfortable.
Dude, that's something I recognize too. Like, we dropped into that, into Tuscany, and like, it became home in an hour. Yeah. It was like, we're good. Yeah. Wherever we go, like, this is home now. Yeah. And it felt that way. Like, when I left, I was like, damn. Mm-hmm. I'm always gonna want to come back to the little casino, bro. I want to be back at this crib. Like, I want to come back here and meet and see these people again. And and I will, hopefully. You know, that's the hope. If not, it was beautiful, but I think we will.
Definitely.
Never fall into routine. You know? And I don't know if this is right or wrong. It was a thought I had. Like, every day, we were like, let's figure it out as we go. Because I don't want to be stuck to some, like, itinerary. Yeah. I want to kind of, like, have a loose... This is vacation. Yeah. For me, like, schedule is not a vacation. Yeah. For me. And it was,
I felt that.
Yeah. It was the first time. It was the first time. Yeah.
It was 100% planned.
Schedule. Which is cool, man. You're going to see a lot of shit and everything's structured. But, like, I don't know. I just wanted to be open to whatever the moment.
There's a different feeling almost, you know?
Yeah. And, like, Lena, she got sick one night. And, like, I had to just drive into town on my own and, like, figure out how to order food and, like, meet new people that owned a restaurant. And, like, I don't know. Like, that kind of shit was, like, I want to do that more. I want to experience life as it comes at me, not get stuck in a loop of a routine. I want to make life different every day. You know, even if you're in a routine, even if it's like, I got to work this day. I want to kind of like not focus on the schedule and focus more on like, what can I do differently today? I came up with this thing. I want to learn a word every day.
Ooh, I like that.
You know, I speak a lot. We're speaking a lot. Yeah. You know, I want to read books. I want to like, I'm doing all that shit, and I'm never like the last thing I'm doing is looking up, you know, what's a word I don't know, and like let me learn it. Let me add it to my vocabulary. That's breaking a routine. That's like creating a new avenue of learning, and Definitely. Like, you know, I don't know, just shit like that. Drive a new way. Like let me listen to a new type of music. Let me meet a new person. You know.
I wonder how many words there are in the English language.
Come on, man. What are we talking about? There's got to be. What do you think? Before you say, over under. Over under, this is going to sound so dumb, 80,000.
Dude, my number's dumb as hell then.
I don't know, dude.
All right.
I think I sounded so stupid just now. People are like, 80,000.
I'm going to half my original idea. Okay. I thought 1 million.
Did you? Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm going to say 500,000.
500,000. Okay. How many words? How many words? How many words? How many words?
In the second edition of the Oxford English Dictionary, there are approximately 600,000 words.
Wow, I'm dumb, dude. I said 80,000. Dude. That's why I need to study, bro.
It has been estimated that the vocabulary English language includes roughly 1 million words.
Wow.
Dude.
Mike.
Wait.
So you're spot on.
Wait. Yeah, but some say a lot less. I don't know. How do you even... That's the funny thing is like, you don't even know how much... I don't know. How do you count how many words?
I don't know. I don't know.
We don't use them all, so it's like, which ones do you say? And there's ones that like are old, probably.
That's what I'm saying. And I was also gonna say there's like walk and then like walking. Is that whole nother word?
Yeah.
You're adding like ings and ids and
yeah.
What are those called? Suffixes, prefixes?
I forgot.
Prepositions.
I forgot what those were called, dude.
It's been a long time. So I'm gonna keep doing that.
Yeah.
It's kind of a routine,
I love it,
but now it's gonna be a new thing.
Oh yeah.
The plan doesn't have. So it's the same thing. The plan doesn't have to be better than the moment, and never will be. So the plan is not going to be better than the moment. Period. That's my opinion. I'm realizing that this moment's better than this plan.
Yeah.
Fucking any day.
Yeah.
You know.
You can plan for anything, but like,
if
you really, it's like, it's funny because you really aren't planning for whatever's going to happen.
Right.
But like you're trying to.
You're trying.
You know.
you're creating.
But like
the walls.
even though that expression of like planning to do it, like plan it so it it works out.
Yeah.
It's like you really can't,
bro.
Which is crazy because we're all planning stuff all the time, big things,
all the time, all the time.
But you really don't know.
But like when you started to like say like, okay, maybe the moment's gonna be better than my plan, right? Maybe my grand plan isn't gonna work out the way I hope, and I just gotta be open to the moment. Yeah. I think the pressure starts to get relieved a little bit because I'm like looking to buy my car right now, and I'm like, damn, I'm planning this, I'm calling that. I'm like, if we have this amount of money, I'm gonna do. Why don't I just walk into the dealership and figure it out? Yeah, it's gonna be okay.
That's a good.
It's gonna be okay, and I'll relax. I'm not gonna be so fucking nervous and like work myself up with a plan. I got enough, but like acting is always for me like a good reflection of like. It just reflects life so well, the way I was taught it. And like in the acting, the way I was taught it, you're preparing, like you'd see me mark up my scripts and work on things in a certain way. You're preparing because like you're setting up a grounds, like a certain barriers of like, you create a character and like you speak a certain way, you act a certain way, you come up with all these ideas and you make these choices and you know what your doings are. And then you get to the place and you're in this four-walled like, play area where you can play now and you can play now freely. Like you don't know what's going to happen. You can't, if I just learn my shit and I'm like, I'm going to say it like this. Every time you ask me a question, this is how I'm going to say it. I know exactly what you're going to say and I'm going to say it like this. And I'm going to cry right here. And I'm going to, it's not lifelike and it's boring and it's annoying to do. Yeah. It's not human, But like you plan for something, you create these like this playground. It's going to be around here. This is your walls. This is as far as you can go. Now let's see what the fuck happens. Yeah. And it's free and it's enjoyable and it's exciting and it's the moment. Yeah. Anything can happen. That's what you love. That's what I love. Yeah. So I'm going to keep, planning obviously, but I want to like lean more into being present, enjoying the moment because it's going to be better than anything I plan.
I love it. Speaking of acting, I want to bring something up.
Me too, man.
A clip that I really liked. I think you saw this already.
Oh, I fucking love this.
Dude,
clip.
It's really good.
Hit it.
Let me
This is Ethan Hawke.
Bring it up real quick.
TED Talk. TED clip. Yeah, he just absolutely nails why art and creativity are important.
Damn it.
He absolutely nails it. You are here podcast.
Oh shit.
We're back, baby. Like and subscribe. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for riding with us always. Adam is absolutely killing it, by the way.
He is.
Absolutely killing it.
Oh, fuck.
I want to talk about him today. I wanted to bring him up. Okay, here we go. You okay? You okay?
Yeah.
You all right?
I hope this isn't loud as fuck.
Here we go.
So you have to ask yourself.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Do you think human creativity matters? Well, most people don't spend a lot of time thinking about poetry, right? They have a life to live, and they're not really that concerned with Allen Ginsberg's poems or anybody's poems until their father dies. They go to a funeral, you lose a child, somebody breaks your heart, they don't love you anymore. And all of a sudden, you're desperate for making sense out of this life. And has anybody ever felt this bad before? How did they come out of this cloud? Or the inverse, something great. You meet somebody and your heart explodes. You love them so much you can't even see straight. You're dizzy. Did anybody feel like this before? What is happening to me? And that's when art's not a luxury, it's actually sustenance. We need it. Okay, well, what is it?
I love it. I love it. I love it. He even goes deeper into what it is.
Yeah. But I think just even that was like,
is it important or
great?
not?
Yeah.
Is human creativity important or not?
Yeah, like it's sustenance, dude.
Yeah.
For the things you can't describe.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like an answer.
Yeah, man.
Or it's some sort of like something that can help, right?
Yeah. When life kind of
because really there's no other thing, you know?
Well, there's just if we're just living, if it doesn't make sense, human creativity, like if you just look at it, if you just like step back and you're like, how does this help us, like scientifically?
Yeah.
You look back and you're like, doesn't make sense. We don't need it. Get rid of it. Like it wouldn't make sense evolutionarily to like have this human creativity, like art and music and poetry and you know, writing and fucking film and all that, sculpture and painting. But like when life kind of deviates and like goes away you weren't expecting and someone dies and life like really hits a human being that way with that kind of depth and shakes your foundation and like you've never experienced this kind of thing before, a love connection starts to happen. All the stuff he was describing, like he's right. It's something opens up in us, our spirit, I think, and it looks to consume something that exists that understands feeling that's going on that you can't, you know, and you start to like relate to that song or that painting or like, I don't know, that love story that's happening over there. Yeah. And you're like, fuck, like I'm alive too. They get it. I get it. Like, yeah, it's like a weird bond. I don't know how to describe it. Like, and then he goes into what it is, and I don't want to like talk about that, but yeah, like I don't know. Like, can you remember a time where like you were shook by life, and you would like for some reason like kind of like felt yourself gleaning out to like some piece of art, and it just would,
dude,
like,
I go straight.
fill it.
I know exactly. I go straight to things. You know what I mean? I go straight to like stories and movies, and I'm like, oh, my heart's ripped out, so I'm gonna fill it with a heart-ripping story.
Why?
I don't know, because you just want someone
It's
to relate.
sustenance.
You want something to relate, or maybe you want someone to relate, but like no one can really relate with a personal thing. I mean, they could probably, but like it's easier to like find a movie and then like alone just be like, all right, like I can just sit here and be alone and not have to,
That's interesting.
not have to maybe deal with like maybe it's embarrassing, to open up to someone about that or something like that. And like to be able to look at a movie. You know what I mean? A story and then a character specifically that you like, they're going to do the same exact thing is like probably so much more like relieving. Yeah. To watch it just happen in front of you to someone else. That's what a movie does, I think. Yeah,
dude.
Like with Past Lives, bro. I'm telling you, it just came out in theaters. You can go watch it.
Okay.
It just came out. You got to watch it.
Past Lives. Okay.
Like that one, I'm telling you, like, I felt that. Like the relation to like the specific relationship there, I was like, holy shit, I did the same thing. They're on Skype. I'm like, it's that thing. Like them on a Skype call and it being like this awkward, like, dude, it's crazy. Bro. Like so many people have been there, have done the exact way like that was done. I don't know. I think it's life. It's like real life being played out.
It's real life, and I think it kind of shows you in ways that you can't get with concrete and like pavement and white walls and shit. Like you can't get to the bottom of who you are really and what you're made of unless you're kind of cracked open and you're observing someone offering something to you that's only from them. Like that is a creative expression. Once you see that and you start gleaning that from something dude, the Statue of David. I remember the first time I saw the Statue of David. Statue of David, Michelangelo, he created. You go into this, it's in Florence. You walk into this like hallway, right? In this museum. And you're walking up to and I've heard a bunch of shit about the statue. I've seen pictures of it. It never really like affected me. I remember like, I couldn't relate. Nothing, it didn't make sense. Nothing moved me in that way. You walk into the room and when you get in there, there's these huge bricks of marble on the left and on the right. And you're walking down this hallway, the right side, the left side, there's these bricks of marble. And you'll see the formation of like an elbow and a forearm in one of them. and that's it. And you'll see like a leg and like another arm and the one on the left. And you see it start to get fleshed out a little bit more on this one. Because this dude was like, these are these points where this guy was chiseling.
Yeah.
With little tools, chiseling over days and hours and weeks and months to try to create the perfect statue of David, right? And then as you're walking the end of the hallway, there he is. And you look up and he's much bigger than you thought he was going to be. He's smooth as silk, right? And he is in the formation. He has the story of David and Goliath. Have you heard it?
Yeah.
David and Goliath, real quick. David was like the smallest of his brothers, and like they were facing this gigantic army, like the Israelites, and he was called by God. David, you're the one that has to defeat Goliath. David's the smallest one. David's a sheep farmer. He's a shepherd. He doesn't even have a sword and a breastplate. Like he doesn't have it. He has a sling and a rock. That's what he said with faith. Okay, like for sure, my brothers don't want to do it. My father's like disappointed in them. And God's telling me like, I got to step up and kill this giant. Right? And the Bible says how big he is. With a fucking sling and a rock. He puts it through the dude's head. That's it. And he's the king. He's the greatest Jewish king there ever was.
Yeah.
That's the story, right? You see the statue and you walk up to it and you see like the muscles and these little, his eyes, the way he's looking out across. He sees something. You could fucking see Goliath in David's eyes in the statue.
Oh my God.
And you can see like the tension he's got in the back of his hand, but he's fucking relaxed too. Mm-hmm. He has total faith in what he's about to do in this fucking statue, dude. Total faith. I'm going to kill this guy because God said I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it. And he's just fucking determined. And you see the right before that fucking rock comes out that sling. It moved me so much, Mike.
Wow.
It moved me so much. It was before I ever made my own production company. It was before I said, you know what? Before I found my faith. Before I even thought, I was just bitching and moaning about life. I was just bitching and moaning about like, why is the industry like this? Why have I never had this? I could do what they did. Why not me? Why is the thing I'm doing only this big? Why can't it have been bigger? Why couldn't more people stop? Why couldn't I have more money than I do right now? Just bitching and moaning. And it was right before all that shit happened. I had no idea. But for some reason, walking in there and seeing Michelangelo, I could see this motherfucker chiseling these pieces of marble. He had to do it in a certain way too, which is interesting. The piece of marble he had to work with that they gave him was like, it wasn't wide enough for what he wanted. And he still had to work with what he had. Wow. And he created arguably the greatest sculpture there ever was. Wow. Period, end of story. And it fucking shook me, dude. Something about David's faith and how Michelangelo like set those eyes and that gaze and like that rock in the back of his sling ready to go. And that determination and like relaxed poise and his faith, dude, it fucking rocked me. And I didn't even know why at the time. Yeah, and now I look back and I'm like, shit, that thing showed me something about me that I was not aware of. Yeah. I think art does that sometimes. I think that's why it's sustenance sometimes. It's like you may go through heartbreak and you may be confused. Yeah. You're like, why do I fucking feel this way, man? Yeah. It's not a big deal. Like, get over it. And you're waking up suddenly, you're feeling like shit. Or you're falling in love. Or like, you lost your dad. You don't know why you're so fucking upset. You guys weren't even tight. And you watch something or you hear something, you listen to something, and it fucking clicks. Yeah. It kind of woke something up in you that you were asleep to. That's why art's important. I heard like men will build bridges, right? Yeah. And it's important to build bridges. Like that's how you get from A to B. You got to get from this land to that land. Bridges are important. Music is why people don't jump off the bridge. It's true. Yeah. If we would just build bridges and fucking kick back, like this world would be fucking dull and it would lose meaning in a lot of ways. Yeah.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah. I love that. I love everything you said. That was nice.
I felt this that statue.
I could see it. I could see the thing it did.
It's worth visiting, bro. But all to say, like, explore art, right? Yeah. Listen to shit you don't listen to. Go visit a place you've never been. Walk into a random place, a church, a museum, whatever, and like just take a look. Yeah. Paintings, bro. There are paintings everywhere in Florence, just walking around and like I stumbled into a church that is like the one nobody goes to. It's called the Basilica di San Lorenzo, the Church of St. Lawrence.
Yeah.
St. Lawrence was a martyr. And it's unfinished on the outside. So people just walk by. They have paninis on the side of the street, like sitting on the curb next to it.
That would be me.
Yeah, you would walk past it. It's beautiful. It's cool to me. But like, it's not the main attraction. The main attraction is Medici Chapel, which is beautiful tile. It's huge. It's a tower. It's gorgeous. And everyone just fucking flocks over there, right? Go see the statue of David. Like, go over there. And me and Lena were like, we're walking past this motherfucker like a couple times. I'm like, Lena, we could go tour this thing. Like, let's go. And we bounced in there and she felt it too. Put the little earbuds in and like hit play and just kind of observe shit. I found fucking Donatello's tomb. Donatello, dude? Like the Ninja Turtle? Yeah. Like Michelangelo Donatello? Yeah, that is that one. Yeah. Like, I'm standing under his bronze, like fucking, he built this like, dude, his sculptures were everywhere.
Yeah.
The Medici, like, this was their church. They're buried here. Donatello's, I was like shook.
That's crazy.
We're looking at his paintings and like some paintings and some of the, I don't know, man. History, artistic history and architecture for me, dude.
Yeah.
You get like jazzed up by that? Does that shake you?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, bro, I was like,
I remember when
borderline scared.
I remember I always like was like, oh my god. I remember I had to take an art history course in college, and I was like, oh my god, this is the only course I can take to graduate. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself, dude. Like,
this fucking sucks.
It's gonna suck. And dude, I got in there and I was like, hold the fuck up. I was like, and like everyone was like just bored out of their mind.
Yeah, I liked it.
But like the dude was so passionate about the shit. And I was like, oh my god, like I'm seeing all these the why. And
once
I'm like,
you see
this
the
is
why,
crazy.
Isn't it fucking interesting?
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I could do that till the day I die. That's all I want to do when I travel. I want to see the world. I want to see like these pieces.
Dude, we were able to we were like going to like field trips to museums and stuff. I'm like, this is great, dude.
Fucking
this is awesome.
I know.
Like random museums in Brooklyn, you know, like
100%.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
I've been looking. Shout out this new YouTube page. I've been fucking watching. This is my new hobby.
Yeah.
Here it is. Great Art Explained. He just takes pieces like paintings and sculptures and shit, and just breaks down like the choices behind things and the artists. And it's beautiful. If you ever want to like learn, I'm just absorbing art like crazy after this vacation because of that, like getting out of my comfort zone and going to places I don't usually go. Why is art important? That's sustenance. It wakes you up to who you are that you don't know, that you never feel before. You're confused. Like the four white plaster walls, like are boring, and you're confused about who you are. And like a song plays through the door, and you're like, what the fuck? Why do I feel this way? I don't know.
Even just like thinking about that, like the actual thing, but also like what made the artist make it, right?
Isn't that something?
It's like they felt probably the same thing as you, but their outlet was to make it, you know, into something.
Yeah, dude. I just learned
to search that idea more.
Yeah.
Because it was probably confusing. It was probably like they couldn't understand. So through that, they were trying to figure something out.
This dude, Edward Hopper. Mm-hmm. Pull him up real quick. Edward Hopper. Nighthawk. I think the painting I'm thinking of is called Nighthawk. Edward Hopper. Nighthawks. There it is. It's that one. Yep. Super famous painting. You know, I always loved Edward Hopper's shit. To me, it's like slices of Americana. Like he just had a certain way about like doing the 30s and 40s. This painting, bro. I was listening to like who the artist was. You're saying like why they did what they did. This artist, he had a rough marriage.
Really?
His wife was like super on top of him about like, you're only gonna ever use models of me. Like you can't ever see another woman like whatever, and you can't draw. And this is what he said. Like this dude's marriage was not good, and they were together for 40 years, and she got him into like art, kind of.
Yeah.
He would do illustrations and shit, but he did this is one of the most famous paintings in all of America ever. And like, that's her, and all the rest are him. He wasn't allowed to work with anyone else. And if you look, all of his paintings, there's no direct connections with people. You'll see them and you'll say, who are these people to each other? And you could get your own kind of,
Yeah.
you could glean your own kind of like reason for that, but they're not like excited. They're not.
Yeah.
And it's
not, like,
because
interacting.
they think he was kind of struggling in his own life to find like real connection and real love and passion. And he didn't really have that because of his marriage. So like a lot of his works reflect a loneliness or like a disconnection or, like that.
This was his last painting.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There's a really good one. If you go up, keep going up. One of my favorites. There it is. Okay, down, in the right, to the right.
This one?
Yeah. This girl. So you don't even see what's going on in this theater, right? Like you can barely see it.
Yeah.
Let's imagine you're sitting back here in the back corner of the theater and you're watching a film of some kind.
Oh,
right?
what the heck?
It's a big ornate movie. He fucking managed to use like symmetry to like cut off this one scene.
Yeah.
And then this whole other scene here on the right is a like a ticket taker. Like like someone who worked at the theater. And she's in total fucking thought and something. You could sit there and look at her for fucking hours. I've been that girl. Like you're working in a place and it's like beautiful and people are dressed up in suits and like it's
and like you're
gorgeous.
meant to be there to watch the
100%.
screen, but she's not paying any attention to
And
it.
she's in thought over here, totally disconnected from where she's at and what she's doing. Something's going on in her life, man. So this painting, I don't even know, New York movie. I don't know. He fucking nailed it, dude. That one rocked me.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign up for that.
That's awesome. I love it. Art's fucking awesome, dude.
I found I love art again. I'm back. Your boy's back to loving art.
I appreciate that. Always. Look at that.
Oh man, I could find a commonness in a piazza full of strangers. I could find a fucking commonness and like a oneness with a bunch of people I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
If I just observe them and just breathe, I just feel like, oh, I get you a little bit more, and you get me, and we don't even have to talk, and we're both human. Maybe that's what art does too, and travel and culture, sharing culture.
Yeah.
What's something in this past week that you've, since I haven't seen you, like what? Like I heard the pod,
Yeah.
and it was very, very introspective,
Yeah.
which is great.
I was very introspective.
But you were like self-conscious almost with the introspection,
Yeah.
which is like so you,
Yeah.
and I think that's okay and like beautiful.
Yeah.
What is something like? I thought what was really cool too was how you were talking about knowing people in certain pockets of your life, and that's okay. Like kind of what I was saying just now. I realized like you were talking about an old friend and like seeing them support you in this thing, but not really chat with you, and like that's still beautiful and that still means something.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. It's not. We're not best friends.
It doesn't have to be like this big.
but it's still important.
Yeah.
And it means something to you. And that's all good. It doesn't have to go any further, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the thing I was trying to get at in there. Because
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it because honestly, when I think about actually the way I would say it, it sounds almost like very depressing and very almost like, I don't know, just like self-deprecating kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like the more like the more you like think about what everything means,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like why I'm doing this or why I care about something or why, you know what I mean? Like how the world works, right? It's like as you get older, you learn more about how, that there's like bad things in the world and all these things happen. It makes it just hard to, like, you can really put yourself in a mind state where you're like, well, there's no point in living then, There really isn't. Because, like, there's so much terrible things happening, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, you know what I mean, that's how I feel, you know what I mean? But I can see, like, how dark you can really
You
get.
can slide there.
You know?
Yeah. I think we're all capable of going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. I think it's safe to say, like it's a weird, like, dynamic is, like, you shouldn't think too much about why in life,
Ooh. Like if you think why, if you're too introspective, if you keep thinking why, that was
trying
really
to pinpoint something.
Yeah, well, you brought it. That was last week. You brought this up.
Yeah,
I remember this part, and I thought like, I disagree, and then I agree.
Yeah,
because I love asking why.
Yeah,
And I think you can strike at something that motivates you to keep going if you find the right why. But in life too, there's this cold fucking truths. If you keep asking why too much, they're like, why? Oh, because that person wanted to take advantage of you because you had this thing.
Yeah.
That's why. Mm-hmm. How do you feel now? And it's like worse.
Yeah.
I feel kind of worse.
Yeah.
More aware, but like, ouch.
Yeah. It can almost like break
And
your
why if you're
whole
gonna just
existence. It can break your whole existence.
Right.
The way you see the world.
Yeah.
How you live. Right?
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, now I know this, that now, like, I don't want to live. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, dude. You ask why too many times and then you feel like,
yeah.
If all there is...
It's almost like ignorance is bliss, like not knowing everything, how everything works. Like there's like the countries that don't have water and like, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's like we all are just, you know, we're all existing on the same planet, and that's a fact.
Yeah.
And there are those things happening,
Right.
and there's our lives happening.
Right.
We think we're important and don't care about that stuff. Or and it's literally the world is a bunch of rich people just trying to make more money, and like they could help all those people, but it doesn't happen.
Right.
And it's like, well, what do you live life then for?
I think there's danger in too, bro. Asking why, and I think when for me, I'll speak for myself. When my perspective becomes too wide, when I start looking out and I'm like, what about fucking way over there, the thing I'll never experience or see or meet these people, whatever. And it sucks, but it's like when I start going there and zooming out more and then looking over here, zooming out a bit more, and like, why are these people taking advantage over here? It's like I feel powerless. Yeah. And then I'm like, what's the point? Yeah. What's the point of me? What's the point of life if everyone's just gonna get fucking hurt and like this fucking sub is gonna sink and implode and like all these people are gonna die in it? And what's the fucking point? You know, like why?
There's just like a darkness there.
There is a darkness there, and I think that the world, like by nature, like it's a bit dim. Yeah, and we hurt each other a lot. Yeah, and it's like fucked. But a lot of people we're very selfish creatures sometimes, right? Yeah, we kind of try to. I don't know.
It's almost like we're wired though to not pay too much attention to that stuff. In a way,
like to not look out.
Kind of, yeah.
I think it's like hitting us every day, though. Yeah, these things like we can't not look at it. And then so I agree. Yeah,
but let's say like if we didn't have internet,
I see what you're saying.
We wouldn't know about the fucking
and we feel a lot better.
People dying. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I feel a lot better being off social shit. Yeah, I got to be honest. Yeah. Like it's really making me feel like less. I'm not comparing myself a lot less. I'm seeing people with a lot more.
Like a caveman doesn't have to. No. Their brain would explode if they found out like about a light bulb. You know what I mean?
They couldn't. There's no that many thoughts.
Now like I know about the sub imploding and that being a ploy to stop us from knowing about the Syrian refugees for like.
That's right.
It's like
that's
dude,
right. Ukraine war.
It's
like,
insane.
Yeah. Like
it's too much.
We're not wired to have that much going on. I totally agree. Totally agree. I think when you start focusing on like the moment and who's around you and what you can control and like where you are physically really now, it's going to take away a lot of like that stress and pressure. Not to say like you should be ignorant to all problems in the world, but like, people are going to probably disagree, but like, I don't know. I can't, I'm one human being. I can do what's in front. If someone's getting attacked in front of me, I'm going to stop that. Yeah. That's what I can stop. But I can't stop a Ukraine war. Yeah. I can't.
Dude, but then I start like, instead of like wallowing in those like just terrible facts, I tend to try to go to like more around my community or like in New York. There's like those people that they go to like homeless people and just like be like, "What's up, buddy? Like, what's going on?" And then they just fucking
philanthropy.
Like that kind of stuff. I'm like, dude, like,
but you watch
I can do that.
And how does that make you feel? You watch something like that. You feel fucking awesome. Yeah. So there's a part of us too that's like we're not just dark. Yeah. We're a bit of both, right? And I think like you have the choice. Whatever your perspective is like what you're gonna put out. Yeah. Some of these motherfuckers, like, I don't know if they're purely out to like just be philanthropic. Yeah. But I'm sure there's a piece of them that's like, bro. Yeah, sure this brings views and money and shit, but like I got into this because I want to like lighten the load. Yeah. That was something I fucking journaled. Like, I think at the end of the day, bro, a lot of this, like, your choices in the day, maybe we can make things better by lightening the load for who's around us a
I
little.
like that. Lightening the load.
Just a little.
Yeah.
With a smile, with a glance, with a shake, a handshake, with a how you doing? Or with a, you need this? Here.
Yeah.
I could give you this. Here. Like, I don't need this. Take that. You need help backing out?
Yeah.
I got you. Like, like little shit, or big things. But that philanthropic work that you were talking about.
Yeah.
I've been watching that a lot too, and it's really moving my heart.
I think that's good stuff.
It's beautiful, man. Yeah. It's beautiful to know people are trying to help.
Counterbalancing the awfulness.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And yeah, bro.
I think if it's possible to do something like that in the future, I'd like that.
Me too.
Me too. To be able to do something.
Me too.
Because I think that really does make the world a better place.
100%.
You know what I mean?
When one human tries to do one thing for another.
For someone that's not seen, like on the side of the street, they're never seen in their lives.
Yeah, bro.
They're just stuck in this loop.
Yeah.
To be seen for a day
Come on,
is
man.
like,
Come on,
dude. Crazy.
Yeah, even if you ain't got money, just to be like, what's your name?
Yeah.
Where you from?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
tell me about your life.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
I remember watching some video that some guy was like, I haven't talked to someone in like years. And they're homeless on the side of the street.
Dude, isolation's scary.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about this before. Hey, do we have time?
Yeah.
Couple
Like
minutes?
an hour. Yeah, a couple minutes.
Okay. You it struck me because I was across the world when I heard you say it, but like you were talking about loneliness,
Yeah.
being alone. And this stage in your life, you're like, well, I live alone.
Yeah.
So am I alone? Like, people go off, they go back to their homes. Some people have spouses, some people
Like
have partners.
definition,
Yeah,
Like,
by definition, am I
literally-
alone? Like I come home, I close the door, and it's me. And you were talking about alone and loneliness. And I think, well, first, like, do you feel alone? Do you feel lonely? Do you feel both? Like, I wanted to ask you.
Dude, I don't know. I think it's once I close that door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, and I think that's maybe I thought about it more as like because that's kind of the way things are programmed. Is like at this age you have like someone with you, or I don't know, people you're seeing. Like, I think probably that would be. I think the answer that it would fill that like feeling that comes up would probably to be have someone at home that I go home to.
That would make you not feel alone.
That would not make me feel alone.
So you do feel alone.
I don't think I feel alone though.
You feel lonely.
I don't think so. I don't think I feel lonely.
So, okay.
I don't know. I don't think it's either of those.
Okay.
Because when I start thinking about it, I'm like, oh, like I was literally doing all this stuff this whole week. You know what I mean? Like
With
I'm seeing people all the time.
Yeah.
Like, but once I like go home and I'm like, I think it's just an outward, like someone talking outward, like from the outside, like in it kind of going into my brain.
Permeates in your brain.
And then I start thinking like, oh, maybe I am like alone.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'm not actually I'm not doing the right thing or something like that.
Right.
Maybe other people are have this and I don't have it right now.
Comparison.
Yeah.
So comparison is
I
making
think it
you,
might be something like that.
making you kind of reflect in a negative way
Yeah.
of your situation.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, it's almost making me like I think second guess the decisions I made
Yeah.
in my life.
Yeah. I get that. Because you're at an age where like people are meeting, getting married, having kids.
Yeah.
I feel that.
And a lot of the people I know are like getting married and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Having kids, blah blah blah.
Yeah. So you're looking at a timeline, you're saying like, I'm at this age and
Yeah.
it should be this way.
Yeah.
I get that. I think if I like imagine if I was like not with my wife now and it wasn't dating, I would be fucking scared. I would, dude, for real. I'd be like looking out too and I'd be like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I feel that way sometimes about kids. I'm like, people having kids at 23, 24.
You better freeze your
5.
eggs.
That's what people say. Freeze the eggs. Lena's a little younger than I am, so it's all good. But for now, God willing, we get to have kids and like.
Better freeze those nuts, man.
Dude, these are swimming until the very end, bro. I'm not worried about that. No, but I don't know, man. You ever think like it just for me? It makes me think. I don't know, like.
No, I get it.
Start comparing to other people, and I start worrying.
Yeah.
Like my life's not on track.
I'm gonna have 3 kids in 5 years. Like, what?
Yeah, dude. What about the house? What about the cars and the?
I do like that though about I think the new way things are going, that it's not about like like you're 22 and you have a family.
Yeah, it gets
I think
pushed
that's
back a bit.
maybe a little bit good.
Yeah. That's Edward Hopper's like America.
Yeah.
That's not ours.
I like that.
Yeah. We're in a different time now, which is cool. But I don't know. I wanted to ask.
I almost like don't feel the pressure, but I think it would be nice.
Yeah,
I think that's what's happening.
it would be nice.
You know, I think the instinctual genetic human thing in me is like, oh, like it's time.
It's time for the wife and like to start.
Yeah.
Got you.
Which I don't think it has to be the time, but I think that's what my body's saying.
Yeah. Totally.
Or brain.
Yeah. I feel you. But it's important to just check in and
So,
be like,
now you know.
It's a brave thing. It's a brave thing to be like, am I fucking lonely? Do I feel
Yeah, it was
lonely?
cool to explore it, honestly.
Yeah.
That's what I love about solo is like you just get to just ask a question and be like, all right, let's.
Dude.
I don't have to think about it just like alone. I could be like, oh, let's talk it out.
Yeah.
And that kind of helps.
Maybe that's for the Patreon, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe solo apps are for the Patreon.
Yeah, but what if we need a solo app?
Well, we just pull it out. Skip a Patreon that week.
Mm.
Or we never skip Patreon. I don't know.
I like that too.
Just something
That'd be cool. Yeah. Let's say you had a
solo.
You know what? That could be our Patreon thing.
half hour.
That could be our Patreon thing. Like, if you just have a question and you're like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna do it.
I think that's a good idea.
Live thinking about it.
I think that's a good idea. I think it's a
I
very
like
good
that
idea.
too.
So we got a couple.
I just did a throat burp.
Yeah, someone needed to hit one. I'm glad you hit it.
Never happened before.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, but you can be in a room full of people and feel lonely. So loneliness and like,
Yeah.
I don't know the definitions of both, but like, it's in here.
Oh, I have a good quote actually. Damn it! I wanted to talk about this more.
You Are Here podcast.
Shit.
We'll be back next week. Going to Texas again.
This was. Oh, here we go. Ready?
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, it's all right actually. All the flowers of all the tomorrows are in the seeds of today.
Ooh.
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah. You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
What are you planting today? What are you planting to harvest tomorrow?
Dude, I'm planting. I'm planting this recording to put out the podcast on Wednesday.
I feel that though, bro.
Yeah.
I feel that in a major way.
And I was like looking up that. I was like, where does that come from? You know, sometimes you see a quote and you're like, who said it? Why? Why are they doing this?
Yeah.
And it was like a Native American proverb.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I was like,
they were big
crazy.
farmers.
Yeah.
I love
cool.
that, dude. What are you planting today that you're going to sow tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah, I love that, bro. Dude, you got to do things with intention today.
Yeah.
You know, that will direct your life. Like you were talking about before.
Yeah.
You made all these choices leading up to this moment of like birthing a company and a creative lab.
Yeah.
To start working.
We finally like, yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's like, it's very exciting.
Planting those seeds for years.
And like, it's some of the fruit is starting to finally come out.
The harvest
fucking
is
ground.
coming.
Yeah, man. So it's important. I think that's a beautiful proverb.
Yeah.
Two more things. We can extend over an hour for a second,
No,
right?
man.
Come on, we're
People-
back.
I don't wanna
guys.
hear it.
Little bonus content. This is Winnie the Pooh. This is my favorite fucking shit.
love
Today was a difficult day, said Pooh. There was a pause. Do you want to talk about it? Asked Piglet. No, said Pooh after a bit. No, I don't think so. This shit made me cry. That's okay, said Piglet, and he came and sat beside his friend. What are you doing? Asked Pooh. Nothing really, said Piglet. Only I know what difficult days are like. I quite often don't like talking about it on my difficult days either. Right? But goodness, continued Piglet, difficult days are so much easier when you've got someone there for you. And I'll always be there for you, Pooh. And as Pooh sat there, working through in his head his difficult day, while the solid, reliable Piglet sat next to him quietly, swinging his little legs, he thought that his best friend had never been more right. Damn. You just got a buddy who's willing to sit with you through your difficult day. You don't got to talk about it. It is easier to get through that day, man.
So I'm Pooh and you're Piglet.
Yeah, bro. Like, or from reverse, like flip flop. You know, we're Pooh and Piglet. Just made me cry, man. But anyone can do that for you.
I love just like children's books.
Oh, they just got the best message.
You ever go back to Frog and Toad?
Yeah. Yes.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's insane. It's messed up. Go back to Frog and Toad and just look at some pages. It's crazy. It makes no sense.
The Boy, the Horse, the Mole, and the Fox or whatever. Yeah. That's another great new one. Last one. This is Albert Einstein. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid.
Oh, damn. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
That's what you guys get, all right?
Judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, but live its whole life believing it's stupid.
Dude, never trust a fish that can't swim.
See,
and that's a Mikey classic. Yeah, I've had that in the bank.
Damn. Never trust a fish that can't swim.
Me and Eric do a lot of fish proverbs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Respect. You guys, hey guys, respect for those proverbs. You guys really nailed it. I'm gonna write that one down. You Are Here podcast, baby. Dude, shout out Adam real quick. End of that episode. I know I held off, but
you said you had to.
Dude, it just he's
getting enough traction, dude.
Yeah, no, he's blowing up. But like, shout out you and him, both of you guys.
Shout out him.
But he, you held it down for me on my way, and like, Adam is like we have our business together, and like, I'm not even home. Like, I'm out on vacation. He like held everything fucking down in these production meetings, and like, He's the kind of dude who like. He's right now on a music video shoot. He made a connection with the director. Shout out Adam Paul Stone, who watches the pod.
Oh, wow.
Watched every episode that he was on. Like, they got tight, and he's on a music shoot with him now. And he, a music video shoot. And he, in the middle of meeting this guy, was like, he's like, oh, I watched the pod that you're on. Like, tell me about Dave. And like, Adam's the kind of dude that like I'm not even there. Like, I don't even know what's going on. I have no idea, no consciousness about this. Adam's like putting me in like connection with this guy to maybe work on a story down the road and like a job opportunity and like, just like saying my name in a kind way and like passing opportunities to me and like picking up my slack when I'm like lacking and just like, that's a good fucking friend, man. Yeah. Adam's such a good friend, bro. And like, you do the same shit. You did the same thing, holding the pod down and producing this thing and being there to push me and just I got good fucking friends, man.
Yeah.
I got a good couple.
Yeah, man.
Jordan, homie.
We're all here for it.
Yeah, bro. No, and that was another thing I realized. I'm very lucky because I got people that love me for me and got my back. Will say nice things about me when I'm not around. Have my back to the point where like you'll try to get me opportunities when I'm not even there and like just that kind of shit happens. That kind of man to me is like just such a fucking honorable man. That's that's like my homies. I could say I don't have many. Yeah. But I got like real like fucking stand up men that are my friends, and I'm good with that. I'm so grateful for that, bro. So shout out Adam, shout out you, bro.
Shout out, man.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of that, it's like, even just at the cafe, bro, people talk so much shit that I'm like, sometimes I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't trust when people are talking shit to me.
No, you can't.
I'm like, oh, you're definitely talking shit about everyone then.
And then if you got a feeling like someone's do you ever have the feeling someone's talking shit about you?
I don't try not to think about it, especially over there.
Do you ever have an inkling?
Sometimes, yeah.
Don't you feel like the answer is yes? Yeah, like it's gotta be.
100%.
It's like a hunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's hard to like be like, no, man, they're not.
Yeah, no,
I'm the cool one.
Don't worry about it.
It's like they're definitely talking shit.
No,
everyone's definitely talking shit.
I'm sure they're not. Not me. Everyone else.
And I know people talk shit. So
yeah.
Dave tells me everything.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Am I not gonna? It's my boy.
That's true. But yeah, life's good, man.
I almost fucked up 2 Italians on the trip. That was the only 2 times. That was the only 2
what?
times. Yeah.
Come on.
Well, they try to undress my wife with their eyes, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
but
it was my favorite time.
Yeah, but we go to Italy. What are you gonna do?
I got these, and they're ready to go, bro. Yeah. I was fired up. One guy in a pizza shop did it. He sat down next, and he's fucking beautiful. They're so handsome. Sits down next to him, us like 2 feet apart.
Did he grab her?
No, he just turns his table and starts looking at her. He's like 21. He's gorgeous. Oh. I'm like, bro, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to chill for like 2 minutes. And if he keeps doing this, I'm going to just stare at him until he stops. Doesn't stop. I stare at him. He fucking stops. And that was the story. The next time we were out in Pienza, the most beautiful fucking town in Tuscany, period.
Yeah.
Pienza. Go visit it. Just walking down a beautiful alley that looks like a movie set. Around the corner, guy's pulling out a cigarette and he's lighting it up. Ginger Italian, beautiful ginger Italian. Like a unicorn, this guy was. And she walks past him, and I'm with her. I'm holding her hand.
Yeah.
He just fucking stares at her, goes to her boobs, goes to her waist, goes to her legs, her feet, then back to her. And as I walk past, I go, okay, click. And it just kind of went off. And I turned as she's walking away and I'm holding her. And I stared at him, his eyes, and then I stared at his chest, and then I stared at his nuts, and I stared at his legs and his feet. I did it for like a good 10 seconds. Yeah. And I just looked back at him and I go, and just kind of like turned and walk away. And he was shocked. Shocked. Now I'm gay. Now I'm going to be gay. If we want to fight, like, you want to do that with my girl?
I'll fucking kiss you.
I'm going to kiss you on the mouth now. I'm going to dress you in my eyes. How's that sound? I'm sick, man.
I love it.
I'm sick.
Dude, that's the You're Here podcast.
You're Here podcast.
231.
Oh! We're back.
We love you guys. Thank you so much. My name is Mike, and I'm signing out.
My name's Dave. I love y'all. Please be kind to yourself. Please be kind to one another. Boom, boom.
Bye.
Ciao. Ciao.